What's going on, restorers and explorers? We're back with another episode of Tony Restores for you. We took a little bit of a hiatus from furniture restoration and stuff like that over the summer and focused a little bit more on the cleanups, but we're back and more excited than ever to get into the furniture. So today I got a really cool piece. I am going to take this beautiful chair, tiny little hobbit chair, I guess you could call it, that I found, and convert it into a Zen Shinto Gate rock shrine. So what I mean by that is I'll put a little description right here next to Bob, a little picture of a Shinto gate, and I'm going to make some cuts on some different angles here to make it look like the gate. And then I'm going to pull this off, and like I've done in a previous restoration video where I took an end table and I pulled the center out and laid some foam, so that way you get a little depth of about 2 inches so you can display some cards or whatever your collectibles are. I'm going to do the same thing here, but create a little rock garden that you can rake and then cover it with glass. So I think it's going to be really sharp when it's all done. You guys know the drill. We're going to clean it up, sand it up, paint it, stain it, and then get creative, make our modifications, and do our restoration. Stick around, guys.
As we raise the curtain on the songs and sounds of the Orient. You're now walking through the busy streets of Tokyo's bustling Ginza, sampling the familiar and unfamiliar delights of Japan. For example, Shindonya, street musicians, hired to attract attention to the opening of a new shop.
All right, y'all. So after many attempts at trying to remove that 2-inch depth of wood that we're looking for here, to no avail. As you can see, I started with the chisel, but it was just kind of too dull. Some basic wood reduction, wood removal tools, wood carving tools that I have. And then I also tried to use my drill with a bit on there that to remove material, and it simply was not working. So we came back to the source. We are here in my parents' garage, which is the old stomping grounds for our business, where we restored lots and lots of furniture. So we haven't done that in a couple years, a year and a half or so. Nowadays, I just like doing it for fun and, you know, preventing trash and saving furniture and modifying it and turning it into something cool. So I came home to get some tools so that we can have a much easier job at removing our the center of this giant wood block here, so that we can get about 2-3 inches for sand and rocks to create our little Zen garden. And then also I can use some of their saws to make my design for my Torii Gate. Stick around, guys. All right, so now comes the really hard part, which is the conceptualization part, where you have to kind of, I guess it's imitate, but in the same way it's, you know, your own little flavor to it. So we eventually want it to look like this, So we've got our first cut made, and I think what I can do is I can add, because you can't, you can take away and you can also add. So what I want to do is I want to add maybe the top roofing, or excuse me, the top shingles. I can add a piece of wood that curves upward on the corners, but now that it's flat, so we can imitate this flat bottom part as well as the top shingles part. Now the difficult part is going to be the spacing. How do I want the space in between the gate to look? So that's going to be the difficult thing here. So it just takes a little bit of conceptualization and a little bit of creative thinking. It's always good to breathe and stop, come back, think about it, stop, come back, think about it, jot down some notes, and then measure twice, cut once again, and double check that you wanna, that's the cut you want to make, and that's, you're envisioning what the future state of your piece is going to look like. And it's just one of the key things about it. Primer on, our little Torii Shinto Gate here. I went ahead and got our little grass to set the aesthetic for the shrine. So that way it can still keep its functionality as a chair, as well as I have a Zen little rock garden that I can put on top of this. Instead of building it into the chair and putting glass or a plexiglass over it and taking out the 2 inches, it just doesn't seem like it'd be practical for such a small little chair. I think I'm going to do that with a full coffee table with that indention idea. But since I want to keep this functional as a chair, and I want to be able to add and remove things to add to the feng shui of the little shrine of the Torii Gate, so I thought adding some grass here, as close to the real thing as possible. So here we go. Let's paint.
Tinkling wind bells of a quiet garden in the Gion district of Kyoto, where a young girl is training to be a geisha. She walks up in her wooden geta, slides open a shoji door, and enters a room where a Japanese shamisen is quietly playing. It's midnight now. The traffic of the day has died down. In the distance, the flute of the noodle vendor sounds its familiar and haunting tune.
All right, restorers, we are all completed with the Shinto Torii Gate Shrine chair. And oh my goodness, I can't believe how beautiful it turned out. I'm just so happy with it. Incredible. Perfect homage to Japanese culture. It's a beautiful piece. It came out great. Again, we decided not to indent the rock shrine. About 2 inches in, we decided to leave it so that way it could still function as a chair. And I thought the glass or plexiglass over it would have made it look cheap. So we have the faux grass here, along with our little Japanese guys. These are actual rocks from Japan. This is to symbolize Mount Fuji. This little shrine here is actually what they look like. We got this little deer from a Nara shrine, and this bookmark as well, which I thought would just fit perfectly right there. Can't believe with how amazing it turned out. I'm still shocked how cool it is. So, and obviously my favorite part about it is that this is a Himalayan rock salt garden that lights up. So not your traditional, Zen Rock Garden, but still you can, make your little designs in there and zen away. But it also lights up, which is just so cool. So we'll go ahead and show you guys that now here. Boy, at night does it look pretty when it's lit up. Got our Japanese stones in there, along with our little Nara deer. Just a beautiful, stunning piece. So happy with it. And it can also function as a chair, which is kind of how I wanted it. So another completed refurbishment / restoration / modification. Just goes to show you guys you can do it all. Have fun with your hobbies and enjoy yourself. So one more thing I wanted to do here is on our other Tony Restores and Explores videos and on some of the past live streams, we went ahead and we talked about different books to read, and I can't recommend this one more. The Japanese Mind, Davey Zanikino. Great little snapshot into what life is like for the Japanese culture and some of their traditions and stuff like that. Beautiful, just a beautiful piece to add to the collection. Got our paints here. We went with ladybug color because the Shinto red kind of gives off a little bit of an orange, but mostly red vibe, which is what I feel like mostly the shrines were. And we went with this grazing farm orange. It's like a brownish, orangey yellow. I don't know. I kind of wanted to simulate bamboo and get something that would match the Himalayan rock salt. So I think we did pretty well there. And obviously you guys know my favorite milk paint. We got to symbolize and represent the stonework that would go along with one of these shrines or these torii gates, at their base. So thank you so much for watching, guys. I cannot thank you enough. Remember, just keep living that green revolution. Stay positive, be in the now, and peace. Bye.